Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the chemical properties of alcohols. This is our second video on the chemical properties of alcohols. As far as alcohols are concerned, we have three important reactions. The first reaction is reactions involving cleavage of OH bond. This is the general formula for alcohol. The first type of reaction are those reactions in which OH bond gets broken down. Second type of reactions are those reactions in which COH bond gets broken down. And third type of reactions are those reactions in which both alkyl group as well as hydroxyl group will participate. So in our last video we have discussed about the reactions involving cleavage of OH bond. Today we will discuss about the reactions involving cleavage of COH bond. So if we are talking about reactions involving cleavage of COH bond, then we have three important reactions. The first reaction in which alcohols react with HX, where X represent chlorine or bromine most of the time. The second reactions are those reactions in which alcohols reacts with phosphorus halides, either PCl5 or PCl3. And third type of reactions are those reactions in which alcohols reacts with thionyl chloride, that is. And if we are talking about these type of reactions, in all these reactions the product will be alkyl halides. Now let's take the example of first reaction, that is in which alcohols react with HX, hydrogen halide. So alcohols have the general formula ROH. Whenever treated with HX, then they form RX plus H2O. We can write it in this manner: ROH plus HX. Upon reaction with HX or hydrogen halide, alcohol will form RX plus H2O. So let's take the example of ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH. The name of this alcohol is ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol, upon reaction with HCl, hydrogen chloride, and this reaction takes place in the presence of anhydrous ZnCl2, and we have to heat this mixture, will form C2H5Cl, along with it will form water. It is a type of alkyl halide, and the name of this alkyl halide is ethyl chloride. So the product will be ethyl chloride. This is a type of primary alcohol. So primary alcohols, upon reaction with HCl, hydrogen chloride, will form alkyl halide. Here this time the alkyl halide which is going to form is ethyl chloride. And while we are talking about reaction of primary alcohol with HX that is HCl. That time we need anhydrous Zn chloride or zinc chloride, and we have to heat this mixture as well. Now if we are talking about secondary alcohol, secondary alcohol upon reaction with, this is an example of secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol upon reaction with HCl in the presence of anhydrous ZnCl2, that is zinc chloride. This again needs heat, and upon reaction it will also release water molecule. Along with it, it will form secondary alkyl halide, and the byproduct will be water. So again we need heat. This is an example of secondary alcohol. Why this is a type of secondary alcohol? Because the carbon atom which is attached with functional group OH is attached with two other carbon atoms directly. So that's why this is secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol upon reaction with HCl, hydrogen halide, a type of, in the presence of anhydrous ZnCl2, we need heat, then it will form secondary alkyl halide. And if we are talking about tertiary alcohol, that time this reaction takes place at room temperature. We never need heat for this reaction. Tertiary alcohol, this is an example of tertiary alcohol. Why this is a type of tertiary alcohol? Because the carbon atom which is attached with the functional group OH is attached with three other carbon atom directly. So this is an example of tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohol upon reaction with HCl, which is a type of hydrogen halide, in the presence of anhydrous ZnCl2, and this reaction takes place at room temperature. And again the product will be alkyl halide. Tertiary alkyl halide will be the product. CH3 whole thrice CCl. Along with it, it will form water molecule, and this is a type of tertiary alkyl halide. So you can keep in mind, upon reaction with hydrogen halide, alcohols turn into alkyl halide. Now we are talking about second reaction. The second reaction is reaction of alcohol with PCl3 or PCl5. So here we have alcohol. This is second type of reaction. Reaction with phosphorus halide, that are PCl3 or PCl5. So now we are going to learn about reaction of alcohols with PCl3 or PCl5. This is alcohol CH3CH2OH, a type of alcohol. Upon reaction with PCl3, keep in mind, while you are taking PCl3, that time you have to take thrice molecules or moles of alcohol, and this OH gets removed with the help of Cl and will form CH3CH2Cl. Along with it, what we have is H3PO3, H3PO3, phosphorus acid, and again the product is a type of alkyl halide, and the name of this alkyl halide is ethyl chloride. So ethyl chloride is the product, while ethyl alcohol ethyl alcohol reacts with phosphorus trichloride. At the same time, if we are talking about phosphorus pentachloride like CH3CH2OH upon reaction with PCl5, we can write it in this way so that we can predict the product very easily. CH3CH2OH. We are learning about the reaction involving cleavage of COH bond. So this bond gets broken down and we have to write PCl5 in this way, PCl3Cl2. If you will add them, then you will get PCl5, PCl3 plus 2Cl turn into PCl5. You have to write it in this way so that you can predict the product very easily. The product will be CH3CH2Cl alkyl halide, POCl3 phosphorus oxychloride and HCl. The product will be CH3CH2Cl ethyl chloride. So again the ethyl alcohol turn into ethyl chloride. Along with it you will get two byproducts. The one product is POCl3 and along with it you will get HCl. So ethyl alcohol upon reaction with phosphorus pentachloride turn into ethyl chloride along with POCl3 phosphorus oxychloride and HCl hydrogen chloride. So we have seen two reactions in which COH bond gets broken down. Now we are talking about third type of reaction in which COH bond gets broken down, and this reaction is reaction with thionyl chloride. Reaction with thionyl chloride, and the formula for thionyl chloride is SOCl2. So upon reaction with thionyl chloride, alcohol, this represent alcohol upon reaction with thionyl chloride SOCl2 will form alkyl chloride, along with it sulfur dioxide and hydrogen chloride. And this is a good method for the preparation of alkyl halide because both the byproducts are gaseous in nature and can escape from there very easily. So I am taking the example of ethyl alcohol CH3CH2OH, and we have to write SOCl2. In this way we have to write SOCl2 so that we can predict the product very easily. The product will be CH3CH2Cl, SO2 and HCl. Now we have to write the products. The products will be CH3CH2Cl, a type of alkyl halide, and the name of this alkyl halide is ethyl chloride. Along with it, the other product will be SO2 and will be HCl. So both SO2 and HCl are in the form of gas. That's why this is a very good method for the preparation of alkyl halide from alcohol, and the name of this alcohol is ethyl alcohol. So we have three reactions in which COH bond gets broken down. Reaction of alcohol with HX, reaction of alcohol with PCl3 or PCl5, and reaction of alcohol with SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, and all the time we have the product that is alkyl halide. Now we will learn about the third reaction, and the third reaction is reactions involving both alkyl as well as hydroxyl group. Now the last reaction, that is reaction involving both alkyl group as well as hydroxyl group. We have two important reactions according to our syllabus. If we are talking about those reactions involving both alkyl as well as hydroxyl group, the first one is dehydration and the second one is oxidation. So we have two reactions, dehydration and oxidation. Upon dehydration of alcohol, the products will be alkene or ether, and the product formed will be totally based upon temperature condition. So it will be decided by temperature only whether the product will be alkene or ether if we are talking about dehydration of alcohol. And upon oxidation, alcohol forms carbonyl compounds like aldehyde or ketones, and these aldehyde or ketones upon further oxidation will form carboxylic acid. So now we are going to discuss about dehydration of alcohol. We have two products formed after the dehydration of alcohol, either alkene or ether, and this particular product depends upon the temperature condition. What is the meaning of dehydration? D means removal, hydrate means water molecules. So removal of water molecules from a compound is known as dehydration, and dehydration takes place in the presence of dehydrating agent, and we have two important dehydrating agent, concentrated H2SO4, that is concentrated sulfuric acid, or alumina, Al2O3. So we have two options while we are talking about dehydrating agent for alcohol. So first we talk about the dehydration of alcohol in the presence of concentrated H2SO4. Dehydration in the presence of concentrated H2SO4. So if dehydration takes place at a temperature of 443 Kelvin, then the product will be alkene. And if dehydration of alcohol takes place in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 at a temperature of 413 Kelvin, then the product will be ether. So let's take the example of ethyl alcohol, CH3 CH2OH. This is ethyl alcohol. ethyl alcohol upon dehydration in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 at a temperature of 443 Kelvin, which is near about 160 to 170 degrees Celsius. So at that temperature it gets dehydrated. Dehydrated means removal of water molecule takes place in this particular reaction, and the product will be CH2 double bond CH2 along with it water. This is a type of alkene and the name of this alkene is ethene. So by the help of this reaction we can convert ethyl alcohol into ethene. So this may be an important reaction which we can use during exam for different conversion. So ethyl alcohol turn into alkene, and you can see both the alkyl group as well as hydroxyl group are participating in this particular reaction. And if we are talking about dehydration of alcohol in the presence of concentrated H2SO4 at a temperature of 413, what will be the product? That time we have to take excess alcohol. I am taking the example of ethyl alcohol. Excess alcohol I have to take. CH3CH2OH, ethyl alcohol. 2 molecules of ethyl alcohol I have taken. CH3CH2OH. What will happen? If the temperature will be 413 Kelvin and the dehydrating agent is concentrated H2SO4, then the product will be CH3CH2OCH2CH3, that is C2H5OC2H5. That is a type of ether. Along with it we will get water. So in other words we can say dehydration of alcohol takes place in this reaction, and the product is a type of ether, and the name of this ether is diethyl ether. So upon reaction or upon dehydration in the presence of concentrated H2SO4, alcohol either form alkene or ether. That totally depend upon temperature. You can see the difference in the temperature. So if the temperature is high enough, that time alkene will be the product, and if the temperature is not that much high as compared to this one, then the product will be ether. In the same manner, if dehydration of alcohol takes place in the presence of alumina, so next we are talking about dehydration in the presence of alumina. So that is also a temperature based reaction. Alumina has the formula Al2O3. So I am taking the example of CH3CH2OH, ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol or vapor of ethyl alcohol we have to take. Vapors of ethyl alcohol, if passed through alumina, then dehydration takes place and the product will be ether. Along with it we will get water molecule, and the temperature will be 513 Kelvin. So at 513 Kelvin, ethyl alcohol turn into ethoxy ethane, a type of ether, and the common name of this ether is diethyl ether. And if the temperature is 623, if we will increase the temperature, that is 623, then what will be the product? The product will be a type of alkene. If the temperature will be 623 Kelvin and the dehydrating agent is alumina, then the product will be alkene, CH2 double bond CH2, a type of alkene, along with it water molecule. The product will be alkene, and the name of this alkene is ethene. So again we can say that the product of the dehydration of alcohol is temperature dependent. Now the next reaction in which both alkyl as well as hydroxyl groups will participate is oxidation of alcohol. The products of oxidation of alcohols will be either aldehyde or ketone, which upon further oxidation will form carboxylic acid. And during oxidation of alcohol, both CH and OH bond gets broken down. So I am taking the example of ethyl alcohol. So after oxidation of alcohol, this is a type of primary alcohol, and the name of this alcohol is ethyl alcohol. So we have to keep in mind, during the oxidation of alcohol, both CH and OH bond gets broken down, and the oxidizing agent which are helpful for us are alkaline KMnO4, acidified Na2Cr2O7 or K2Cr2O7, or we can take HNO3, concentrated HNO3. So we have three important oxidizing agents for the oxidation of alcohols. These are alkaline KMnO4, acidified Na2Cr2O7 or K2Cr2O7, or the third one is concentrated HNO3. So as I told you, during the oxidation of alcohol, both OH and CH bond gets broken down, and the product will be carbonyl compound, which upon further oxidation will form carboxylic acid. So I am taking the example of primary alcohol, that is ethyl alcohol. Both CH and OH bond gets broken down, and I am taking the oxidizing agent acidified K2Cr2O7. Then upon oxidation, it will form CH3C double bond OH, will form CH3C double bond OH, a type of carbonyl compound, and the name of this carbonyl compound is aldehyde, a type of aldehyde this one is. and the IUPAC name of this aldehyde is ethanal. So you can notice both alcohol as well as aldehyde has 2 carbon atom. So we can say upon oxidation primary alcohol will form corresponding aldehyde, which upon further oxidation will form carboxylic acid having the same number of carbon atom as the parent alcohol has. Now we are talking about secondary alcohol. So primary alcohol upon oxidation first form aldehyde, corresponding aldehyde, and which upon further oxidation will form carboxylic acid, corresponding carboxylic acid. Now we are talking about secondary alcohol. Secondary alcohol can be represented like this. This represent a type of secondary alcohol. Both CH and OH bond gets broken down. Again I am taking the same oxidizing agent, acidified K2Cr2O7. Upon oxidation it will form corresponding ketone CH3 C double bond O CH3, along with it water molecule. So corresponding ketones will be formed, and these ketones under vigorous condition they undergo oxidation and form carboxylic acid having less carbon atom as compared to ketones, and the name of this ketone is acetone. So secondary alcohol upon oxidation in the presence of oxidizing agent like K2Cr2O7, which is acidified, will form corresponding ketone having same number of carbon atom, and ketones undergo further oxidation but under vigorous condition, and they form carboxylic acid having less carbon atom as compared to parent ketones or parent alcohol. Now we are talking about tertiary alcohol. Tertiary alcohols are those alcohols in which the carbon atom which is attached with hydroxyl group is attached with 3 other alkyl groups directly. So there is no CH bond, and due to the absence of CH bond or alpha hydrogen atom, they never undergo oxidation. So this is very helpful reaction to distinguish between primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol. Primary alcohol upon oxidation, primary alcohols upon oxidation will form aldehyde. Secondary alcohols upon oxidation will form ketones, and tertiary alcohol never undergo oxidation under normal condition. So we have seen all the types of reaction today, and in our next video we will learn about other topics of this chapter. Thank you so much.